Okay, we're gonna go snoop around over here. This is the Flying Club's T-34. It's in non-flying condition right now. All the tires are flat. The engine compartment needs to be cleaned out. Some animals were nesting in there. And the spars need to get rebuilt. So that means all the aircraft skin on the wings need to come off. And the wings basically need to be rebuilt. But once upon a time, this was the only model aircraft that they had available to fly here at the club. They had rows and rows and rows of Mentors just lined up here, ready to go for the Flying Club. We've got one more over there parked in the trees, and this is the closest one to flying shape. And unfortunately, these are our only two left. So what we have to fly now is Piper Arrow, Cessna 152, and a T-41 from the U.S. Air Force Academy over there at the very end. But yeah, a two-place cockpit with real stick and rudder. I'm going to open the canopy right here. I'd rather not, because you're going to have to close it back up by pushing on some of the hot metal portions of it. Yeah. Very, very cool, old school military trainer. Okay, no step here. Supposedly, it will take about $60,000 more to get this one back into flying shape. Yeah,
The difference about this airplane, being the T-41 instead of just a 172, is that it's got a massive engine. So it's actually a high-performance engine. It's got, I think, 210 horsepower, and that's why it doesn't have like the landing light down here and then the intake right here. The landing light's actually on the wing over there. You see that little like glass right there? That's the landing light. And then I'm not entirely sure.
It looks like a brand new rebuilt engine.
I'm pretty sure it is because something happened. There was an incident. I forget what it was. You could ask Joe. But the last T-41 that we had, you might have noticed that it's changed the tail numbers in the book. The book has a different number. That's because the T-41 that we previously had got taken out by a student, and then it was porpoising down the runway, which destroyed the nose landing gear, pushed it on up, which is tied into like the firewall, and so that compressed like the entire inside up and in. And then when that happened, it struck the ground, and the CL part like turned in, and then the kid tried to say on his pre-flight inspection that he noticed that this all happened.
And it was like that when I found it.
Exactly. Joe was like, it wouldn't have flown like this, so I don't believe you. Yeah. And besides that, it feels a little taller. And you're not allowed to step on here. This says no steps, so that's kind of annoying. When you're doing your pre-flight, on the 172, you would normally just like climb up.
Oh, crapola.
Yeah, you would normally just climb up and check. You have to get the ladder on this one. So that's kind of annoying. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, it's so much more convenient to be able to step onto that. Like, how much more weight could it add? And really, how much more weight could this handle? Because it's got such a giant engine. And it's got a lot more static ports, too. It's got like 3. Whereas the 172, I think, only has 1. This one's got 1 on this side, 1 on that side, and I think 1 up there. So, baggage door. It's broken, so they bungeed it so that it would close.
Nice.
Yeah.
It actually sounds more solid.
Yeah. Another cool thing about this airplane is that instead of just having a flaps, you know how the other one where you go down a notch and it goes down to 10 and then you go down to 20 or whatever?
Sure.
This one you just got a little thing here that goes up or down some amount. And then you've got an indicator over here that tells you how many degrees you've gone up or down. So there's a couple things like that that are pretty cool.
Looks like the dash is probably a little higher too. You're looking way over it.
Yep, because it's a bigger engine. And then it's also got fuel injection, so you don't have to prime it. And there's no carb heat because it's fuel injection.
Oh, sure, yeah, they were operating at higher altitude.
Yep. So this has got a pump that you can actually just, when you're actually going to start the engine, you hold the pump on at a certain gallons per hour for like a few seconds, and then it'll prime the engine for you.
You know what? Where's the O2 in this? Because they were operating at Colorado, so there's probably O2 on this somewhere aboard here.
You know what? I bet if it was here, it's not here anymore. Just a hunch. But yeah, the Air Force Academy is where these are from, and that is in Colorado, which is like 2 miles up. I don't know what the service ceiling on this is. On the 152, it's 14,000. I should know this.
Nice.
But yeah, it's fun. I've taken